The hell is going on here, damn it? Todd? Jeez, Todd. What are you doing here? Well, the last thing I remember was, what?
God, please. Jason, you only family I had left. God, please. Please watch over.
Todd, what's going on, Todd? You're scaring me. You're starting to scare me, Todd. What the hell's going on? I can't see my hands. No. I can't be. I can't be. Help! I just got hit by a car. That must mean I'm dead.
Jason Michael Kale, businessman, adventurer, husband, and father. Born 1935.
So, you can see me?
Yes, I can. Can't you see yourself?
I guess so. So, you must be another dead guy looking for his grave.
No, Jason, I am not. I'm here to formally tell you that I quit and that you've made my job personal hell. Consider this my resignation.
So, you're not another dead guy then? Yeah, you worked for me?
Employed? With you? Fucking serious? Jason, get over yourself.
Who the hell do you think you are, huh?
You've always been so damn invincible, Jason. Many a times over I've wished your death so you could see yourself proven wrong. Every hour, I laugh at every mistake you've made as a man, waiting for you to die.
You bastard!
Coward!
I'm surprised you couldn't kill me yourself! You're nothing but a piece of shit and gutless!
If I had wanted you dead, you'd be many times over. Had I been able to see what you would become as a man when I was appointed your watcher at birth, I might have even strangled you with your own mother's umbilical cord. I wasn't allowed to, though. As much as I had wished, as hard as I had prayed.
Guardian angel then, huh? You did a pretty good job for a coward. I died a million.
I wished you so much worse, I assure you.
That's why you can never move up in the ranks. You can never handle the big decisions, like who goes up and deserves it, or who goes down. You know, I pity you. I honestly do. But thankfully, your management does a much, much better job than you ever could do.
It's time that you move on, Jason. And for me to be done with this burden of you, I I've waited so very long.
Lead the way. Is this heaven?
No, child. This is not heaven.
Well, I am dead though, right? Oh, what am I saying? Of course I am.
No, Jason, not dead. You stand as you always have. Breathe as you've always drawn breath.
I think you're avoiding my question here. If this isn't heaven, then how can I stand here? I mean, I must be dead. You know, maggot food fertilizer, if you will. Well, physically at least.
Do you really think so little of yourself, Jason?
What? No, that's besides the point. But what I used to be was an old man stuck in a wheelchair who was too frail to even fuck. Mind, too gone to even recognize a pretty face when I saw one. I am young now, and no one can tell me otherwise. I don't want to hear the breathe as you do, blah, 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 blah.
Very opinionated and well spoken, my child. You're always the one with words.
Look, if this actually is heaven, I don't know who runs it, but it seems like it's a lot of brown-nosing and tight assholes. I just need you to tell me who you are, where I am, otherwise I'm gonna be on my merry way.
I'm sorry, my son. It's just we haven't spoken in some time. Who am I? I'm God. And this, my child, is where my beloved wait can go to hell.
Hell? Wait, no. Wait. Wait, no. You claim to be God? Do you claim to be the Almighty God?
Oh, Jason, I claim nothing. You can call me your judge today, though.
Judge? God? Boogeyman, I don't care. I don't deserve the punishment. What is my punishment? I don't know how you run things around here, but back in my town, I deserve a trial.
Jason.
The trial is your life, Jason. And I'm here to see you off to the conclusion you made for yourself.
Bullshit! What are my crimes? Those conclusions are yours. They're conclusions of someone who is blind to the world today and the progress that it has made. So I ask again, what are my crimes?
It isn't the world I want to go to hell today, but you. Your sins and choices are known firmly enough to you, just as your shadow. Jason, my beautiful son, your soul is dark.
That's not an answer. Okay, let me rephrase this. What are my sins?
Your body's sweat poured off from the flesh's loyalty to lust, statute of the pride and dressed in greed. Your fist clenched, held wrath, holding hard until blood dripped with essence of your violence and adultery. Do not mock me, Jason, for even to think of these things only reminds me of a son I lost and of whom I no longer.
Well, pardon me if the punishment doesn't fit the crime. I mean, if it does fit the crime, then so be it, but a sin's a sin, especially now, and plus things have changed in the great old year of 2015.
Do you believe this, Jason? Really believe this?
Well, you call me your beloved, and you call me your son, but it doesn't seem like you care. However, I think I can see through that facade. I believe that you do care for me.
Well, Jason, again, your words astound me. If this were some courthouse of any merit minor, I believe you'd play the lawyer who's trying to free a guilty man.
You told me to call you judge, if I'm correct. Well, it seems like you did something right there. Well, here on Earth I built up companies and built up businesses, and when two opposing sides were, clashing for titles, clashing for land, we did some negotiations, almost as if two enemies were butting heads with each other.
So we're opponents now. Enemies as you see it?
Opponents? No. Enemies? No. Just more friendly foes, per se.
So what do you propose then, my son? I assume you have some larger-than-life deal of a lifetime proposal?
Of course I do. Simply this. Let me show you the world that you left in your absence. Let me show you how things have changed since you last saw it.
Follow you where? Among the flock of men?
Ah! What happened? Where am I? Maybe it was a dream.
No, Jason. You're still among the dead. Still bound for hell.
So, this is hell?
No, Jason. This is not hell. Take a moment to look around you. This is the city you were raised in, where your foul ways grew. Possibly, however, where your salvation may lie as well.
I don't understand. This is my salvation? You gotta be straight with me, man. My soul's on the line here, damn it.
Don't assume I will listen to you trying to be so prestigious and mighty to me. You've been allowed what few have ever had. A second trial. Another chance.
So... so you will let me prove myself innocent? Show you the ways of the world compared to my sins?
I will not repeat myself, Jason. Show me your worth in my forever kingdom.
Well, you drive a hard bargain, but you don't need to tell me twice. Can I roam about the city to make my case stronger?
Show me, Jason. Do as you wish, and I will not say it again.
All right. Let me begin then. Here we are, God. Consumerism built on your own creation. Fast food, fast service, fast bucks. There is nothing you can't do and nothing you can't buy here.
Your argument to save your soul is that free will and options of choice were things you couldn't handle, Jason? The sin is too tempting once they were in the grasp of your wallet?
That's simplifying too much. You know as well as I that nothing was about to reach my pocket.
Get to your point.
My point is that the world has changed. Everything all around you has evolved. The conduct, the proper way to produce yourself, that's changed too. Now, I'm not condoning rape, I'm not condoning murder, or even general ill will towards people. However, I do feel that the deadliest of sins should have an equal punishment. Now, lust, for example, is a good example of the gray areas in hell. I've seen many a woman take a man's hand through these doors at the height of its glory, and they were only providing the only way that they knew how. Providing for their children, putting food on the plates, and even getting shelter for them.
Jason, if this wasn't clear before, I'm not judging these women of this once thriving brothel. I'm not listening to the stories of men and women who exposed their bodies and dove headfirst into the shadows and sweat of each other.
Well, it all comes full circle, though. And if lust is my greatest offense, that's because the times have changed. I have never prostituted myself, ever. And the only thing I may be guilty for is swiping my card so I can see a woman please herself on the camera.
Enough, Jason. I know that lust is just one of your ugly crimes. Your need to fulfill physical desire grew into a hunger that you allowed yourself to deny yourself spiritually. An unending obsession with personal gratification. This is your second chance to prove me otherwise to my judgments of you, and the lives of others is how you chose to do it.
Personal gratification? My own happiness? That's my fucking crime? Why don't you get down from your throne and come and take a look? I mean, a new hole, a new substance, a new love, it's all the same. If I am bound for the pits of hell, every man, woman, and child is just as hellbound as I am.
This is what you offer me, Jason, so stand by it. Know in the end, I will judge you.
Oh, I'm aware. And I'm just getting started. All the people you've made, your image is flawed. And by the time I'm through with this, you're gonna see it.
Keeping you aware, Jason, I already know all of your faults and transgressions against me. Going forward, I'd suggest keeping your discussions and rebuttals closer to your life.
That's what I planned the whole time. What do you think this is about?
Are you looking for something, Jason?
No, I'm just admiring the scenery.
I'm humoring you, Jason, to your cause, but treat this and every conversation forward as a blessing from me. It's not just you that I look after, but also the rest of the world around you.
You look after the world? You look after the world. Have you been down here recently? Have you taken a look at your creation? I bet rarely, if at all.
Don't presume to know what I do, Jason. Keep yourself focused on your life and reflect in my presence. No more will I cater to the notion of your plight through others, however. You, not them, are on trial.
And I am fully aware of that.
As you stand to testify to me, I offer an ear. As you attempt to tread your feet with hard steps across my great world, constantly in defiance, I give you more than I have done for many. Given more than what many better men should have deserved. I alone am for you. I alone have watched you since birth, and I alone shall send you to hell. As I offer everything, you give nothing. As I extend my hand, you spit in my direction. Well, am I wrong? Jason? Speak! 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 If this was the end of your great debate for your eternal soul, Jason, then be prepared for my verdict. I will not wait idly for you.
Wait.
Then stop comparing yourself to others and part your lips and speak.
I may have done some bad things getting to the top, but wasn't bad. I mean, I never supported genocide. I mean, everything on the TV, everything on the TV with the news about rapes and murders and burglary and everything in the Middle East, here at home, in the South, everywhere. I was not a part of that. I just don't know how you can label me with wrath and violence.
Have you always measured your worth on the reflections of others?
I do not deserve to be labeled with violence and wrath. If it's anybody, it's you. I dabbled a bit in the automotive industry on my rise in life.
I'm aware that you pursued many things, Jason, all of which brought you here to me for this judgment.
The almighty God knows all, huh?
I know you're going nowhere fast with this conversation.
My point is this label of greed you bestowed on me. The automotive industry is what I'd say kicked it all off, but doesn't greed seem a bit harsh to be labeled, though?
How so?
Well, when I was young, I saw the growth of industry giants, and I continued to see more spring up all around me. Well, even though my older self regretted not committing to investments in computers, I have to say what the automotive industry, man, that's something I wish I could have seen apart, rather than just the stock exchanges, mind you. I mean, they were an industry that grew, and others relied on them. Fossil fuels became a necessity for everyday consumption just to make those cars run. Even ad agencies of the 60s marked the date when they earned their marketing campaigns for the motor companies. And with those, that's the day that they became a real agency. The list goes on.
How does this apply to you, Jason? The lives of others don't pertain to you in this way. The lives you affected do.
That's my point. The automotive industry affected the world, and as a child, I wanted to be a part of that, something more. To grow the company that would change the world, change the laws of society. I mean, every country in the world has some law when you drive, where you drive, or how fast you drive. These industry giants affected me, inspired me. They are the ones who run the world.
The world has changed much and done more with invention and creation, which joys me to no end. I assure you of that. Seeing it grow has been a marvel to me, and I've cherished the moment. You misunderstand, though, Jason. Invention and industry do not run the world, and neither does control or power. Love does. The love of a father to his son, or a mother to her daughter. The love of a man and woman as they bear through each day I give and bless. What you should have wanted more than anything, Jason, was the love of the others around you. Not to idolize machine and steam and money and power.
I did love my family. Maybe not my first wife, but my family always was a factor. My children dressed the best and entertained not a single struggle whilst growing up. Both my daughter and my son. When I died, they and their kids became financially stable, even enough to pursue their dreams. My grandkids even will be tutored and brought up in the best private schools dotting the world. The best educations, the best circumstances, and all things best.
The best money could buy for your family. Do you feel so boastful to say you met every need of your family with currency?
Food on the table, roofs over heads, all of those have a price. And the world isn't free when you need to survive and you need to thrive. They wanted for nothing, and I will boast that all the way to high heaven.
Do you think that money answers every question of love I ask of you?
No, which is why I'm not guilty of greed. Growing up with the idea to be big and following through, that's dedication, not greed. Becoming wealthy as a staple for how to create a lifestyle, I never had that for my family. Now that's perseverance, and again, not greed. Is it a crime to have wealth? To take my family on exotic vacations? How about showing them the world just because I can? Now, to create jobs for people as my success grew, that's what I was providing for others.
Jason, That is not a crime. Your crime is greed. And of all you said, it seems the love of money and what you could do with it shines brighter than what you offered to relieve the crime.
The things I did, they affected people in great ways. I gave them food. I gave them shelter. I did stuff for them. I created something from nothing!
But you lost yourself along the way. Jason, perhaps I should have held you closer in those moments of doubt and weakness. But through that whole time, you found other things to fill your heart with. You found money to be your passion, not love. And I suppose maybe my love wasn't great enough. You gave it up for things, for possession. Sorry.
I'd like to say one more personal thing before we finish this up, if that's all right, of course.
This is your chance alone to earn your salvation, Jason. You can choose to do with it as you want.
A simple yes or no would have been nice. I've done everything I can to be with you besides you in heaven. I've yelled at you. We've compromised with each other. I mean, we're even fighting all the time. What does it take for a desperate man to get the courtesy and sympathy of God?
When the man has spent his life working to be with me, rather than fleeting moments after death, that's when he will be answered in my kindness. Do not mistake this chance, Jason. I do not pity your choices that put you in this situation for your immortal soul.
So that's how it is, huh? Nothing just because I never said a Hail Mary for dinner?
I see no point in continuing this fruitless exercise if you wish to talk this way. My judgment shall be...
Hold on. Just hold on. Just hold on. If this is my last moment on Earth, I'd like to say something before I'm gone. Is that so much to ask for?
Don't speak of speaking, Jason. Your last moments on Earth were as you passed it in death. And I've since allowed you to cry your cries and object to my decisions. I've been listening, and...
Thank you.
You're thanking me.
Yes.
Anything in particular?
Jesus Christ. Sorry. What I meant to say was thank you for the view. In my later years, my waning years, I couldn't see. I was partially blind and partially deaf. It's funny, but when I was younger, I never thought I'd grow old. And all the stuff that I accumulated, always thought I'd enjoy it, but I couldn't see it, or feel it, or touch it anymore.
A little humility goes a long way, Jason.
No, God, I'm not humble. If there's anything I deserve to be labeled with, it's pride. All my accomplishments, everything I've done, I'm proud of it. And everything that I have done puts me above everybody else.
Idolizing yourself without remorse is a sin, Jason. Being a poor man or a rich man, wealth has no power over being a humble person.
I can agree with that, but I wasn't. I'm guilty of doing what I sought out to do, being damn good at it.
My poor son, so far from the flock have you truly strayed.
Yeah, I guess in that sense I have. Although all the stuff we've been through, the good and the bad, I just couldn't help but say thank you.
For the view, right?
Yeah. I didn't know when I was gonna die. You know, just like a little heads up, you know, maybe a month or a couple days in advance would have been nice. Well, because then I could have had one more look at this city that I've come to love as much as myself.
You're welcome, Jason.
say or fight about? What's next? How do we finish this?
We are done, Jason. Enjoy and look over your city one last time, because now we must go on.
It's perfectly fine with me. Thank you. Please forgive me.
Young to ever get old, too hot to ever get cold, too fly to ever be grounded. I'm 360, you can say I'm well-rounded. I'm too young to ever get old, too hot to ever get cold. I'm too fly to ever be grounded. I'm 360, you can say I'm well-rounded.
Jason, the world is as it should be, and humankind is shaping it to...
Before you continue, I just want to say that there are a lot worse people out there than I am, and I don't deserve it.
Oh?
Yeah, I've done actually a lot of good in my life, believe it or not, and I'm surprised it took me so long to actually say that.
Yes, Jason. I'm surprised as well. To think you could say that and not remember what you said to Alexis that fateful day she called.
Alexis, my daughter? What was that?
A glimpse through my eyes, Jason. What I saw that fateful day when Alexis, the eldest of your first wife, Samantha, called and begged for your help. Begged for your assistance with addictions she could no longer handle on her own. Might you have offered a few pennies in aid, a few more moments of your time, or just the love of a father to a suffering child? She could have been saved.
No.
You asked for me to see your world, Jason, and to see that your crimes were not worthy of my judgment to damn you. For the verdict of wrath and abandoning your child at our weakest point, I condemn you to hell. Through my eyes, Jason, let the wool fall back in a blind man's sea. As with your first wife, Samantha, your second wife, Bethany, soon became familiar with the back of your hand with the slightest sign of defiance. The frustrations of your workday to be relieved in bursts like vengeful lightning upon the hearts and face of mistreated partners. Again, for the verdict of wrath and the acts of violence towards love, I condemn you to hell.
Bethany. Samantha. Alexis.
I did not forget them. Their cries never fell on deaf ears, for I always would listen.
I never realized that as a man, but I realize that now. I beg for their forgiveness. Do they not understand that?
Your daughter has been in my arms for some time now, and your first wife as well. They may forgive you, Jason, but I do not. For your arrogance and pain to those who loved you, and for the love you allowed only yourself in vanity and pride, I condemn you to hell.
There must be more to it than that. My company's aided charities. I created jobs for thousands of families and built homes for them. Does that not count for anything?
You speak of your greed, Jason. Open your eyes. Charlie Brennan, your first and only business partner, to the empire you praise as the center for your charity and good deeds. Was it not in a growing merger, however, that you saw an opportunity to gain a small fortune at Charlie's expense? To earn a larger sum, you cut Charlie from the merger, liquidating any interest he had in the company and destroying any document to prove that he helped in its foundation. Do you remember what you said? What you assured the merchant company when they questioned if Charlie could fight the contracts and request shares in stock?
Broken legs offer powerful persuasion.
Your closest friend, a partner, lost everything because of you. By sharing a dream with you and his ambitions, Charlie's reward was heartache and financial ruin. For the verdict of greed and putting a price tag on the life of a human being and friend, I condemn you to hell. Losing the rights of man, a beast turns to its belly to remember how to crawl.
Fuck you! You fucking sadist! I walk with you in my city, my precious city, and I give to you my deepest thoughts, and you treat me like a toy to be tossed on the ground! You are sick!
This being used and tossed around leave you uncomfortable, Jason. Do you feel I've crossed you by devoting my time to you and pretending to care of the intimacy you offered?
You sick motherfucker!
Foul tongue! Do not, even in your final moments, allow yourself to be superior to me, Jason. It was in my love for you that I granted you a chance to redeem yourself. In response, you chose only to preach of others and compare your life. Did you ever think to talk about Charlie? About Alexis? Used, abused, and treated less than human. It's a troubling feeling, is it not, Jason? Especially for those women, my daughters, that fell victim to your wolf smile and dark desire. They offered a final nail to your coffin, Jason. For the verdict of lust, treating people as beasts to fulfill your appetites in the flesh, I condemn you to hell.
Jason.
I can draw a circle from here all the way to Europe. Oh, slow. What's up, Cora PC? I'm too young to ever get old, too hot to ever get cold, too fly to ever be grounded. I'm 360, you can say I'm well-rounded. I'm too real, I can never be a fake one. If I lose a job, I might just create one. A hit man wanna know what the skull price. Stay razor sharp, you can cut with a dull knife. I'm too short to ever get tall. I'm on point, I can never be on call. I'm too pure, I can never be stepped on. Walk with the Holy Ghost, I don't need a vest, Holmes.